What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the His and Hers podcast, episode 41.
What's up?
Magic. I am David Cisneros here with my beautiful wife, Nikki Glamour.
What's up, y'all? Welcome
who's
back.
super duper hot.
Stop. Thanks,
I love your hair, by the way.
Thank you.
Very sexy.
He likes my hair better when it's curly.
I do. Her hair being curly is very sexy. I like it a lot.
I'm trying to get it back to good health. So thank you for noticing.
No, it looks great. It looks great.
Thanks.
So how are you feeling today?
I'm feeling good. I'm actually feeling really excited for this episode. Firstly, because of the first half. I'm going to tell you guys right now. The first half is going to be really lighthearted, right?
Should we do the serious stuff first and then end it more lighthearted? I feel like that might be the better way to go.
Do you want to do that?
Yeah, you don't want to bum people out on the way out.
I mean, that's true. I just don't know how I'm going to bounce back to lighthearted after talking about it.
Oh, I can. I will. Not a problem for me.
Can't stand you.
I'll make a joke about anything.
All right, fine. Well, we'll just jump into the news that you guys are here to hear about mostly. And it's about what happened this past week and this past Friday at the Astroworld Festival in Houston. So for those of you guys that were there, first of all, I just want to say that I can't even imagine what the fuck that must have felt like. I don't know.
Scary, right?
Yeah, it's super scary. And I'm sure you've heard about it, but I just kind of wanted to go into some of the details that I was kind of looking into and how and why this could have happened. And also people want to know who the hell should be put to blame in this. Some people think full on Travis Scott and some people think, maybe not. But let's discuss because there's a lot of context.
Yeah.
So
let's get the information and then figure out what makes sense from
exactly. So firstly, when I first heard about this story and people getting hurt at this concert and at this event, I was like, how many people could there have possibly been for people to be harmed that way? Well, the answer is 50,000. Okay.
50,000.
50,000 accounted for. That's not including the people that were rushing through the security and breaking in. And because guess what? Travis Scott was actually tweeting and encouraging people to sneak in. Well, they weren't really sneaking anymore.
So, but 50,000 people there at once.
Yes.
Not throughout the day, like you would at an amusement park.
At once.
Some people leaving, some people coming in.
Right. No. Yeah. You don't get a ban and then you can go in the parking lot and then come back in. No.
So what is the area that the festival was held? What is that allowed to hold? What's the maximum capacity?
It was an outdoor area. It was huge. So it wasn't like an indoor event center. It's not like a Pepsi center or anything. So I don't really think that they had a max.
There's no regulations for that, even if you got something outside?
I'm assuming not. There was 50,000 people plus additional, stragglers that came in.
That'll probably change if there's not.
Dude. And then they had these, from what I could tell, they had these catwalks and these different stages. Yeah. And between those, there were barriers to separate all of them. Now, from what I'm hearing from people that were actually there was concrete. It was concrete on floors.
The floors were concrete?
Yeah, they were hard as fuck.
So is it an outdoor venue?
Yeah,
it's not just the middle of a field, like Woodstock or some shit?
No, it said something park, but they put something on the floor. This is according to a girl that I was just watching her
Maybe
story.
Some parts were concrete.
She was
and some
they had
parts
something
weren't.
over it, but it definitely felt like concrete. So anyways, it was just this huge elaborate event. And so let's talk about, so there's 50,000 people there. The entire theme is a little bit sus, especially it did not age well, okay?
Right.
It's very hell, very hell-esque, if you will.
Yeah, it's a very demonic theme.
Yes. So there's a lot of, fire and blazing fire and a lot of dark colors and a lot of the strobe lights and all of those things. I saw it
getting compared to that painting.
Yeah.
The entrance of hell or something like that.
And then there was it was basically the entrance to hell, and then on the stage it looked like a portal. It looked like an actual fucking portal.
I see the behind him.
Yeah.
On the screen.
It had the rings.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
So there were a few, now this imagery did not age well, like I said, because on the, when you were there in person, there was this area where it said, "See you on the other side."
Oh.
See you on the other side, right? And then on the flyer for this event, it said, "The true dystopia is here. When the ending arrives, it's really the beginning."
Okay. That is I mean, there's an obvious theme, I guess.
And then, there was, this flyer with, hands that had eyes in them. that to announce all the artists, you know.
Oh.
And so there has been like,
yeah, it sounds very intentional.
It doesn't it?
Yeah, it sounds like we're gonna go with this demonic theme.
Yeah.
That's kind of what it sounds like to me.
Yeah. So it was now every single person, it's crazy, like from different parts, like different states and different everything that were there.
Yeah.
They got on TikTok or they got on their platforms and they started describing the event, and every single one of them has the same description. It felt like hell.
Mm-hmm.
We could not breathe, and there were lifeless bodies everywhere.
Oh.
And so let's talk about the numbers. According to the media, and I just checked this morning to see if there was any updates, there were 8 deceased and over 300 people injured.
Now, today's Monday. This happened on what?
This happened Friday.
Friday? Was it Friday?
It was Friday night.
Okay, so we're 3 days.
Yeah.
4 days afterwards.
Mm-hmm.
So these are pretty accurate numbers
from
up to
this morning.
point.
Yeah. So we got those 8, and actually I just wanted to take a moment to honor the people that lost their lives just trying to go to a concert and have some fun. They do range in the ages of 14 to 27, very, very young individuals, and there are plenty more that are hospitalized right now, including a 9-year-old who is in a coma.
I saw that.
So I'm going to go down the list of young people that lost their lives during this event. We got 14-year-old John Hilgert from Houston, 16-year-old Brianna Rodriguez from Houston, 20-year-old Jacob Jurinki from Illinois, 21-year-old Axel Avila from Washington, 21-year-old Franco Patino from Illinois, 23-year-old Madison Pubisky from Cyprus, 23-year-old Rodolfo Pena from Laredo, 27-year-old Mirsa Baig from Houston. If I am butchering any of these, I'm so sorry. But I just wanted to take a moment because that was really, really sad.
Those are all very young people.
Yeah.
So what went wrong?
So according to attendees, when it first started, like everything kind of was, pretty chill. And then more and more people started showing up. Everything was pretty simple and as it should go in the beginning until it was time for Travis Scott to perform. And all of a sudden, people started like rushing that stage that he was on from all parts of the event, Yeah. So there were so many people rushing up there that the way that the event was set up, there was only one way in and one way out. So there are no parts to go out into a hallway and get you to the main area. You have to go against everyone else and get all the way to the back in order to exit. So as people are pushing and they're pushing towards this stage, people are getting trampled. They're falling. They're suffocating. If you're short, you're shit out of luck because everybody is just, and I really did not understand the severity until I started seeing video.
Yeah.
And people posting their footage, and it really is like something out of a scary movie. You know how zombies kind of like stack up on each other in like Walking Dead? That's how it looked. Yeah. Where like people's arms were like draped over the other person.
Was it World War Z or whatever? Where like there's a helicopter flying over and there's like this giant wall and then like just a body, like a bunch of bodies piled up on that wall.
Yeah.
And the zombies running up it.
Exactly.
I know what you're talking about.
So it's just, but I had never seen anything like that. And you could just see people panicking.
Yeah.
So as the time, as the night goes on and Travis starts performing and more people are like, they're passing out because of lack of oxygen and they're passing out because of the heat. And people are passing out everywhere.
Wow.
People start trying their best to get a hold of like security and, the cameraman. There's footage of this young girl and guy that she literally jumped onto the platform that one of the cameramen was on. I think he was filming for Apple Music. And she was like, we need help. And she kept saying somebody is dead down there.
Oh.
That there was like somebody like literally deceased right there, and she like kept you could tell she was freaking out. And the other guy climbed up the ladder and he was like yelling the same thing. He was like, stop the show. And at this point you could hear some people like mocking them a little bit and being like, oh my God, like they wanted to stop show or whatever.
Yeah.
And as the night went on, as the minutes went on, it just got more and more serious. And security guards were like freaking out and trying to get as many people, like pulling them out as much as possible. They were literally crowd surfing either lifeless bodies or people that were passed out. They were crowd surfing them.
Lifeless bodies?
Yes.
Oh my God.
To get them to emergency medics.
Oh,
and yeah,
that's one way to do it.
Yeah, no, they weren't just like playing around with them. No, like people were really trying to work together because people were fucking terrified.
Wow.
So it got to the point where people started, as Travis is like performing, you just hear, "Stop the show. Yeah. Stop the show."
So why didn't they stop the show?
That's what everybody's question is. Travis wouldn't. He would not stop the show. He noticed that there was, first of all, and like an ambulance. It was a smaller ambulance that came into the middle of his crowd, and he had them put their middle finger up to let him know that they were all right, and he continued. And then one of the dudes, I don't think it was one, it was a few of them, like 2 or 3. But one in particular, he jumped on top of the fucking ambulance that was in the middle of the fucking crowd trying to help people.
Dancing.
Yeah. And then like people were like calling him out on Instagram, and he was like, "Here we go with the cancel culture," like, you know,
the guy that was dancing on top.
Yes,
he was just a guy, right? Like he wasn't a performer.
Just a regular guy. He was not a performer or anything. He got on his Instagram trying to defend himself. And he was like, "You know, around here we rage. So like basically, like if you can't hang."
I'm like, dude, I promise you, if you would have never said anything, we would have never known that it was you on top of the ambulance.
Right? But I don't know. People were just fucking. That was stupid.
I mean, I can't really. What was the name of the entertainment group that put together the show? It's like Live. Something.
It's not Live Entertainment.
No.
It's
Live. Oh, damn it!
I don't even know.
Let me look it up.
Okay. I'll be right.
Live Nation.
Live Nation. God damn it.
Yeah. So
Live Nation.
Yeah. So Live Nation is the promoter for the show, right?
Yeah.
They kind of like run the whole thing. And then also you have like venue people.
Yep, and then vendors, and you have security, and you have staff for
sure. So you have 3 different people: the Travis Scott, Live Nation, plus the venue, and none of them stopped the show.
No, in fact,
did they know?
They did know. Here's a timestamp for you. Apparently, according to police, they declared the situation a mass casualty event at 9:38 p.m.
Okay.
But Travis Scott continued to perform until about 10:10.
So like almost 40 minutes
Almost
later?
40 minutes, yep.
And nobody thought to shut it down, like, hey, we should...
No. Everything kept going. And you can see like that cameraman on that video where the girl's trying to like get his attention. He was just very blasé about it.
Yeah.
Other people have stated that like the security guards like either didn't know what to do, were freaking out themselves, or like just simply didn't care.
Yeah.
And it was a really, really scary moment. And then, you know, a lot of people had questions like, how come there wasn't enough medics? There was a few police, and they were like, what the fuck? Like, this is a huge event. Yeah. So what had happened was, according to Houston's firefighter union, like the president of the firefighter union, the fire department, they were on standby right near the venue. Okay. And they asked the concert organizers for a radio to communicate directly with Paradox, which is the company that they hired for, you know, like emergency medical provider. But instead of receiving like an actual like walkie or a way to get a hold of them directly, they only received a bunch of cell phone numbers. And that they were like, that's not reliable during a mass event like that. Like, you know, bad service. They don't have their phone on them. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah, you need to have like a radio that like everybody can hear.
Yeah, exactly. And they were not giving one.
Like, I'm right here. I can go like somebody over here in northeast corner. And they were right there.
So because of their own leadership, nobody called them. Nobody could deploy them. They stood by the venue themselves.
Right.
Got a hold of police that were there. And then the police were like, yeah, this shit's getting fucking real. So they sent out 11 emergency ambulances. And then when it finally hit a mass, like a mass event, they sent out an additional 11 ambulances.
Oh, my God.
Yeah. So it was only because the fire department was like just being very wary of the entire event and just stood by on their own accord, because they were given fucking cell phone numbers. And they specifically asked for a radio for this reason. Yeah, they could have gotten there so much sooner.
They probably should have just supplied them radios at that point.
Man, I was like, what? So like, that's the other thing is that like, none of this was done properly, and the nearby, fire department and police department, they just were not properly informed or communicated with, I don't think.
Now, how much of this is connected to the rumor that somebody was going around injecting people?
Okay, so this actually happened to a security guard, and apparently he passed out. He started exhibiting really bad symptoms. They took him in. They gave him some sort of medication to offset whatever he was given. Right. He was the one that said that he felt a prick, like a pinch on the side of his neck, and upon examination they did in fact find an injection site.
Oh my God.
And so
did they ever find out what was injected into him?
Not as of yet. Nothing has been released in the media that I'm aware of.
Crazy.
Yeah, so that could,
like, sir, you're pregnant. Injected you with the baby.
With the baby. No, that's just such a scary thought. So that's the only case.
Hell yeah, you just out chilling. Somebody just stabs you in the neck, injects you with something.
And like, if you're just getting like trampled on, how are you going to know the difference like between the pain that you're feeling?
So like the trampling is a totally separate thing.
Yes, totally separate.
Gotcha.
Because like that was an issue within itself. And so the weird thing is, right now, people are at a crossroads with whether or not to like defend Travis in this situation. Sure. But I would like to bring light to the fact that this is not his first rodeo in getting in trouble with this sort of thing. As far as the safety of his audience.
Okay. So he has prior incidences where
not just incidences, like he's literally been arrested.
He's been arrested?
Yes. So back in...
Okay, yeah, I don't know this story.
Back in 2015, he was performing at Lollapalooza. Okay. And he told the crowd to overrun the security and all the barricades and to get themselves...
Like those were his explicit instructions. Wow.
And told them to get close to the stage and come up. Right? Yeah. And so you just see these kids just like knocking shit over, like running over each other, getting into fights with security. It puts security at risk. So like he finished his fucking performance, and before he even left the building, they arrested him for disorderly conduct and inciting a riot, and people got injured with that incident too. And he's all about like this fucking rage shit and like just rage out. And then that was the other weird thing, when after he knew that like there was like crazy stuff going on in his crowd, he was like, let's rage. And he said, I want y'all to make this motherfucking ground shake. And there were literally people that were passed out on the ground, and like this swarm of people.
So how much of the blame do you put on Travis Scott?
I put like, I would say it's like a 70-30.
On Travis Scott?
I would put 70 on Travis and 30 on the rest of everyone else.
I think I would have to go 80% on whoever put the whole show together, whether that's Live Nation, because I feel like they had the ability, one, to plan, and then two, react to it once it was clear that there was an emergency going on, and they didn't shut it down. I give Travis Scott a little bit benefit of the doubt because I think there's so much going on in the middle of a show, and I think with all the lights and the sound system, it might be a little bit more difficult on his side of things to hear or see what's going on. And he might just think people are just passing out from being drunk and shit. It's hard to really decipher in that moment, like a whole crowd's body language, I would assume.
No, but when they're all saying stop the show, that's
what I'm saying.
Like I'm sure you can hear
but
that.
If you're on that side of the stage, like it's hard. Like he has speakers going at him,
Yeah, but he was quiet in that moment.
So that's probably like, drowned out.
No, there was video of him. It was like a transitional part, and they waited until everything was quiet, and all you can hear is stop the show.
But then he also has somebody in his ear too.
Well, then
that's
he
talking
also
to him.
had two dudes come up to him on the stage, and they were security.
Right.
And there's footage of him literally like shooing them off, and he was like, no, nothing about that. And then he said, we're gonna keep going, and put your middle fingers up in the sky if you're all right, and like let's rage, and y'all know what we came here to do. And so like that's why I put so much on him, because yes, okay, Live Nation, all right, they're the people down here. It might take them a minute for the information to get to them, but the first person that can see them, that is on literally an elevated place. You're not going to tell me 1-2 people passed out, fine, but a literal field of them, and then your entire crowd is begging you to stop the show, and then there's medics in between in your crowds, and then there's also footage of him literally like I don't know 15-20 feet away, and he's like on this contraption, and he's looking down, and he's literally watching like this person who's passed out being carried out, and he's doing this weird humming like low vibrancy type of auto-tune singing, and it was the creepiest shit that I've ever heard in my life.
I saw that. I do think he does hold some responsibility for sure.
Or like when one of them was like being tended to by the police and medics, and he's over there doing the robot right there. That's why.
Yeah, he definitely, I mean, if like security was coming up to him and was like, hey, people, you know, it's fucked up, like we got to shut it down, like it's been declared an emergency or a crisis, and he's telling them nah, well then there has to be another repercussion for that. Like, I don't know, police got to step in at that point.
But also, okay, what type of show would it have been without Travis Scott?
I mean, he's probably the headliner, right?
Right, he's the headliner. So if he stops performing, wouldn't that mean that everyone that works under him and Live Nation and everybody would like get a move on this issue if he refused?
That's why I feel like
until people were okay.
I would put it. I think who's going to ultimately be held responsible will be Live Nation. I would assume, since they're the ones who put the whole thing together, they allowed way too many people.
Yeah, but Travis Scott has a past and even currently tells his audience to rage out and does not.
That's not going to help him at all.
He tells.
Oh, there's another clip of him too where he's being like a dick to somebody who's on stage. It's like from a couple years ago. Yeah, he's like straight up just being an asshole to somebody.
Okay, but there was like footage of him also, babe, like a few years back. He stopped his whole show because he lost his shoe.
That's right. And there's also a clip of Linkin Park a long time ago where they stopped their show because somebody was like passed out. And they like stopped the whole show. And they're like, nah, stop. Like, we need to make sure they even said, they're like, safety's first.
Yeah.
And that's like a Linkin Park. I mean, they're dealing with a bunch of mosh and white dudes, you know?
Man, yeah.
So in order for them to stop the show and be like, no, everybody's safety needs to come first.
You know how fast everything would have been resolved had Travis Scott been like, no, I'm not doing shit until y'all make sure that they're okay. Yep. Adele did the same thing. She had her performance and she was like, stop. We have another one that passed out right here. Yeah. And then she literally looked around and she was like, can somebody act like they care?
You know what? I'm going to change mine. I'm going to say 70% is going to be on Live Nation, 30% on Travis Scott for me.
Oh, what? Fucking reversed?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah. Because ultimately at the end of the day,
they didn't create that type of...
I'm going to assume... Now, I don't know the contracts. I'm not a lawyer, obviously, but I would assume the liability is going to fall on the venue and on the promoters and whoever put the show together. That's who I assume the liability is going to fall on.
Considering the type of charges that he's already racked up and having people involved in injuries in his past shows.
I wish we knew a lawyer we could have on to be like, hey, how is this going to play out in court?
I don't think it's going to play out well. I'll tell you that because you know, any other event coordinator that's, you know, planning these events for the likes of Adele or Rihanna or Beyonce, even they're not planning for this catastrophic crisis.
Well, I think they're going to investigate it and they're going to find out the mistakes that were made during the planning process, the lack of emergency protocols put into place.
And like maybe like not having an artist that's like, fucking fuck the security guards and like flip them off. Come on, come to the stage.
I think Travis Scott is going to get sued by those families, and I think he's going to have to settle. And then I think a big part of most of the liability, probably from a legal sense, is going to fall on the promoters and the venue.
Probably, yeah. I agree with that. Agree with that. I'm just pissed because, like, he could have done something, man. He could have done something. And, like, he influences so many people and how they behave, how they act, how they react. And he really could have saved a lot of lives had he stopped the show and been like, hey, y'all all right? Like, and he could see that they can't fucking breathe.
Yeah.
Like,
based off of clips I've seen of him previously on stage and his demeanor, I'm going to have to give him a little bit less of a benefit of the doubt that I would have initially gave him.
Okay, so now we've talked, that's like all the logical side, right? But there's a conspiracy theory out there that this might have been a huge, like, blood sacrifice. Because
do you believe in all that?
All the imagery, I feel like there could be some truth. Because, like, some of these celebrities are really sus. And
I think it's all kind of like a...
I think it's like a hierarchy.
It's like all theatrical to me, I think. Like, to have this imagery, it all sounded like he was definitely shooting for a theme. And that was the theme. It was like this sort of demonic hell,
and this
entrance
shit
to hell
just
thing.
so happened to happen.
You get a lot of people like that. And like you said, the nature of the shows is raging. And, you know, so he's already getting people amped up to this super crazy point where they have a shit ton of energy. And, you know, they're probably all moshing each other. And it's probably overcrowded as it is. And I don't know, man. Once you get like imagine like 2 or 3 people just on you. Just imagine them just laying on top of you, and how hard that is to move them and to breathe.
I know, but like there's this conspiracy that maybe there was something going on with the frequency of the music that was being played, because it was really weird, very
like that
low tones.
Frequency.
Yeah.
It was 440 hertz.
Yes, and so frequencies have been proven scientifically to cause the human brain to react.
Yeah.
And you know, a lot of these people, they were like, you know what, the minute that I heard that, I felt fucking sick to my stomach. I wanted to throw up and I wanted to pass out.
And that frequency specifically is meant to agitate humans and make them aggressive and mad.
Right.
And then you add in the lyrics and the music, then you just kind of exacerbate the effect.
But do you think that was done intentionally?
I don't think they intended people to die. No.
That's a very dark path.
I don't think they intended people to die, but I also don't think they did anything to make sure that didn't happen.
Yeah, like they didn't save anybody and they weren't worried about it.
Well, I don't think they came in. I don't think they came into it like, all right, guys. So Satan's asking for 11 people.
Well, some people think that he signed his soul away, and that's why he's so successful. And all of a sudden, he has, you know, his own shoe line, and he has,
maybe,
you know, like all of his successes and all of his things. And
maybe there ain't, man. All this over Travis Scott just blows my mind.
I know.
Like, it blows my mind. I'm like, Travis Scott?
I know.
Like, who the hell needs to get that close to Travis Scott?
No tea, man. Like,
right. Like, you're not talking like prime Michael Jackson and shit.
Oh, by the way, you know who was on the stage with him when all this was happening?
Drizzy
Drake. Yeah. And he didn't fucking say shit either. So I'm pissed at him too. Fuck all him. For real.
Well, I think you're mad at Drake for other things too.
Well, yeah, mad at all of them. They're all fucking
They're
assholes.
all weirdos.
They're all
weirdos.
assholes for sure.
Yeah, but I don't. It's very sad. It's very unfortunate, in my opinion.
Man, you guys just be fucking careful. Be careful. If you see a bunch of fucking people in this event center and like it's starting to become a little bit too much, leave.
Concerts are dangerous just because of the amount of people in the festivals.
Yep.
Just because of the amount of people, and especially if you're inside. There's always a maximum capacity that is allowed by the fire department, but a lot of these places ignore that.
Yeah. And
actually, somebody that I used to work with, their friends actually died in a fire. Back on the East Coast, there was it's a pretty actually big story, but there was a concert in like some sort of bar or something like that, a decent sized venue, you know.
Yeah.
And there was a whole bunch of like fire code violations, and a fire broke out. Like one of the pyrotechnics, like the fireworks or something, set a fire. And before anybody could even know it, like a lot of people died in that fire because they couldn't get out.
Oh my God.
People piled up at the door. And like, people couldn't get out, laying on the doors and shit.
Yeah, that's the other thing is that like had there been a fire like on the stage and like you're way up there, dude, your ass would have been grass completely.
Bro, people get trampled at fucking Black Friday.
Yeah. That's the other thing. Yeah, people do get trampled like Black Friday.
You know, people have died over trying to get a Furby and shit.
Yeah.
Like, you can get trampled. Like, it doesn't even have to be 50,000 people.
What a scary way.
And humans are, at the end of the day, humans are savages.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we're just animals. Humans are just animals like any other animal.
Yeah, I just can't believe that this tragedy happened, and I'm so sorry for any of you guys that attended, or for all of those who lost their lives and the families of the ones who lost their lives, because my God.
If you go somewhere where there's a lot of people like that, as soon as you walk in, you just need to check for your emergency exits.
Yep.
I know it sounds boring, but it can't save your life. And if you're going to anywhere, if you're going to a restaurant, always make sure that there's an emergency door around, or you know where it is, because that shit happens fast.
Yeah.
And if fire breaks out or something like that, you're gonna get panic and chaos, and then it's hard enough to get out.
Yeah.
So it's just, that's too many people, not enough safety procedures in place, not enough emergency procedures in place, and that's why ultimately I think Live Nation and whoever planned and organized the event, they're gonna take the brunt of that liability.
I don't know. Travis Scott's already starting to lose out on things, so we'll see. But
I saw that Fortnite removed him.
Yeah.
His little skin or whatever.
Yeah.
Was, you know,
I mean,
that's going to happen too. Yeah.
But also with the videos that I was watching and like many people sending in.
I'm sorry. What did you think of his apology?
Oh, that was bullshit. It was the most disingenuous thing I had ever seen in my life.
He looked bored, right?
Yo, yeah.
He looked like annoyed that he had to do it. Like, is this over yet?
Like, just I don't think I've ever seen.
Looks like he was like applying like lip balm to his forehead the whole time. Like,
yeah.
He's like, oh, I don't know, man. Like putting deodorant on his forehead. Like,
he has offered to pay for all funeral costs for the victims and fund mental health support for the survivors. And that's the thing, y'all. I was like looking at all types of footage from people's, personal phones and like trying to compile like a timeline together. And so many of y'all said the same thing. And when y'all said that y'all arrived and that y'all had such a terrible feeling and it felt like hell. And when y'all feel that feeling, fucking leave. That is called your intuition. That is called your conscience. And like, that is something that is trying to save you. If you get there and like, that's why vibes are a really big thing. People make fun of it and everything, but it really fucking matters. If you got bad vibes, fucking leave. Because a lot of times it's your gut and it's your intuition telling you. Because all y'all were like, like it just felt off. And I was like, go. Yeah,
if I would have showed up and there was like that many people.
Hell no.
I'm like,
I don't
all right, I would have stayed like in the back, like away from everybody.
They even tried that. And even the people way in the back were getting crushed, man.
Just too many people.
Yeah, so that was a tragedy that happened this weekend. Also, there was another tragedy that happened really quickly. I think it was like 3 or 4 days ago with a Raiders player. And he took off in his car from Top Golf, and this was in Vegas. His name was Henry Ruggs. Henry Ruggs.
The third.
Fucking asshole. The third. He was a wide receiver?
He was.
Oh, okay. He was a wide receiver on the Raiders. You fucking asshole. And he took off from Top Golf. He was getting drunk on some Mai Tais. And he was with his girlfriend / baby mom. They decided to get in the car, drunk as shit. They were speeding down residential streets, going 156 miles per hour.
Yep.
And all of a sudden, he hit this small Toyota RAV4. Was it a RAV4? Yes, it was a RAV4. In the back, he rear-ended her, going at least 127 miles per hour. And her car immediately burst into flames.
Yep.
And it was her and her dog inside of the car. And it spun them, like he hit her so hard that it spun both of their cars for like 50 feet. It was a crazy distance. Yeah. And they could hear her screaming in her final moments. And he refused to take refused to take a breathalyzer test, so they had to get a warrant for him to give his blood. He had twice the legal limit of alcohol in his system. And he and his girlfriend had some injuries, but he showed up to court in a wheelchair and a neck brace, and he was able to be bonded out for $15,000, while this young 21-year-old girl lost her life. And and her dog and her dog. I wish I could remember his name.
She was a Serbian immigrant. She was a Serbian immigrant, right?
She was right. She was literally about to get her citizenship, but she was just so young, and she was a mile away from home. So
yeah, she's
very very sad past weekend.
So Henry Ruggs was immediately cut from the Raiders right after that, and then he's been charged with a DUI resulting in death, which that alone carries a maximum sentence of 20 years, minimum 2 years in prison. Then they tacked on some other, which is a felony. And then they
he
tacked
had a gun in the car.
Yeah, they tacked on some other charges: reckless driving, resulting in bodily injury for what happened to his girlfriend that was in the car with him, and then also the gun charge, which I can't remember what that is. Now he's facing like a maximum of 46 years in prison or 49 years in prison, one of those two. So almost 50 years in prison he's going to look at, and I imagine he's going to probably be closer to the 49 than he is going to be to the 2 years.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. These football players got to stop. These like NBA football players, they need to fucking stop. They need to stop driving drunk and like.
Well, the thing is, they have
shit.
The NFL has a thing in place for them where if they're drinking and they'll send out an Uber to them. They have like a driving service for them for NFL players.
Okay.
Like teams have it set up to where they can just call on that and then they'll get picked up.
So why they keep leaving drunk?
Because they're fucking idiots.
They want to drive their nice ass cars.
Yeah, they're idiots. It happens all the time.
His entire career is gone alongside of that girl's life. Can you believe that?
Him and his
That's
girlfriend.
what he deserves.
Him and his girlfriend have a daughter like that was just born.
Oh God.
It's a mess.
Oh, what a fucking mess! I didn't.
He's
know
only
that.
like he's like 24.
Yeah,
maybe?
he's young.
No, he's younger. He's like 22.
He's young.
Yeah, no, he's young. He was just drafted last year, and
yep, he had his whole career ahead of him.
And just like that,
don't get done. In the car even tipsy. Do not. If you even feel the slightest bit fuzziness and you feel a little good, get your ass an Uber.
Yeah,
because what a terrible way for her to die. Her name was Tina Tintor, and she was
23.
A really young 23-year-old Serbian immigrant, and she was very sweet, and her parents and her family loved her a lot, and she had a big bright future ahead of her, and she was looking forward to her citizenship, and she just was all things great. So
very sad, very
unnecessary.
Didn't have to happen.
Did not have to happen. So that is kind of like the news for today. But let's brighten up your Thursday before this weekend and get some of your questions answered. We're going to be flipping over and putting David in the hot seat this week.
So last week I asked you questions, hard, tough hitting questions about women and why you guys do the shit you do.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Now you're going to flip the tables and try to grill me?
Yes.
So I get to speak.
That's what I was explaining.
I get to speak for all of mankind.
All of mankind. Right. Are you ready? I got some hard-hitting questions for you. So I'm going through some of the questions that I got on our comments section. So if you guys are watching on YouTube, make sure that you guys are participating in the comments because you guys had me.
Hit me.
Like clutching my pearls.
Oh?
Yeah. Okay.
It can't be that bad.
Question number 1. Why don't you hold other men accountable when they be flat out trifling? Like if your homeboy has a girl and he's dogging her out cheating on the regs, why don't you say a word?
Say what? What would you want me to say?
Like say he's fucking having other girls over while you're around, like, while you're at work or not around. So I gotta lose my friend because if I tell his girl, they're gonna break up, and then she's gone, and then I'm not friends with my friend no more. What?
Yeah.
But what if he like accidentally gives her an SD? Like, what if this affects her?
That ain't my business.
More.
Their genitals are not my business.
Let's just say you meet her. They've been together for years. Sure. You guys consider each other friends.
Okay.
Then what? You're still not willing to?
I'm not getting involved in anybody's relationship.
What? Why?
I don't want those problems. It ain't my problem.
It's about, doing the right thing and not doing the right thing.
How is that the right thing?
You think that if my best friend Khadijah was getting like cheated on, that I wouldn't fucking tell her?
Yeah, you would tell her. That's your friend.
Well, yeah. Okay, so if she was cheating.
Yeah, if my friend was getting cheated on, I'd be like, dog. And even then, I'd be like, hey, man, this is just what I saw. Do whatever you want with it. Don't get mad at me. But even then, that's like a slippery road, a slippery slope,
Yeah.
And so that's why, in my mind, other people's relationship business, not my business.
Have you seen that happen?
My friends cheat on somebody?
Yeah.
Yes. Yes, I have. And I just shook my head. Like, but I'm not saying that, like, I condone it. Like, I don't condone it.
And did you know his girl?
I knew both of them. I knew both of them, but at the end of the day, I was just like, hey, you do.
Oh my God.
Hey, do what you do. Like, hey, I always tell them, I was like, hey, I wouldn't recommend it, but
I wouldn't recommend it.
You know,
David.
but you know, you're gonna do what you're gonna do. So, I mean, that's as far as I'll go.
So that is your answer, loves, is that men just don't want to get involved.
It's not my business.
They have no heart.
It's not my business.
Okay, next question. Do men purposely treat women bad so that they don't come across as a nice guy because they believe that women don't want nice guys?
Nah, I think you just see that shit in movies.
Men don't do that?
No, they don't really do that, no.
I've literally met like 2 men that have admitted to me that they do that. So I think you're lying.
No, they're not. They're just assholes. They're just assholes. That's all it is.
So you've never...
Like these guys who are nice guys, they're always going to be a nice guy because they think that's what's going to get them somewhere with a girl. Then you have guys who are just like, I'm not even going to bother with that. I'm just an asshole.
So which one are you?
I'm neither. I don't think I'm either. Like, I think most guys fall into neither, really. Like
the neither?
Yeah. I'm not gonna be an asshole.
No, you were just sarcastic. I guess some girls would like say that you were being an asshole.
Nah, I was never like an asshole. Like I would never try to hurt your feelings or anything like that. But you know, I think if you go overboard with trying to like kiss a girl's ass and you kind of come off as kind of creepy.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like you know which one of my friends I'll be talking about. Like you're kind of coming off a little strong and it's a little creepy. And at the same time, like if girls do that too, then it kind of comes off as like crazy. Like, okay, you're like laying it on way too thick right now.
Yeah.
Like you're kind of crazy. So to answer that question, no, I don't think dudes purposely do that. You just see that shit in movies. Like, I'm going to be an asshole because nice guys always finish last. Like, all right, calm down. Like, it's not 2002. Like, it's not a fucking teen movie. Relax. Nah, most guys I think are just kind of naturally in the middle where if they like a girl, they're gonna be really nice to her. You know what I mean?
Oh, so you must have been nice to a lot of girls because you sure as hell weren't nice to me. You are not nice to me.
I was the nicest to you.
No, you were not nicest to me. No, you just argued with me. Anyways,
so
what? Question number 3.
Nah, if he's an asshole, he's just an asshole. That's all it is to it. He's not trying to not be nice. He's just probably an asshole.
Okay. So
hey, you wanted to know.
I appreciate your input, honey.
All right.
Question number 3.
You gonna shoot me?
Sorry.
What does that mean?
Why do you have this one on here? Never mind.
What you're looking for?
That was one button away. God, we do this every time. Okay. Why do men move on so quickly? Not the teeth sucking.
Probably because they're probably not. I mean, it depends. Like if you guys were together for a long time, he's not really moved on. He's probably a wreck, and he's just trying to forget about it.
That's how guys forget about it.
But he's really a wreck.
What? Yeah. If they've been together for a long time?
Yeah. Now, if like you guys were together for like 3 months, calm down. All right. You should move on too. Like, relax.
So, have you ever like moved on really quickly to prove a point?
To prove a point? No. But yes, I have moved on quickly. Yes. Not to prove a point, but you just move on quickly.
Why?
Because it wasn't a big deal.
But it probably was a big deal to her. But see, how can y'all do that? So. You see that?
What? I don't think.
Like, even you spent time with this person, you know?
Okay. So what do I owe them at that point?
Just like be a little sad. The fuck?
For who?
For the relationship. The loss of a relationship.
Not gonna.
Like a damn sociopath.
Not every girl in a relationship. Not every relationship deserves that.
So how do you discern like a worthy relationship versus an unworthy relationship for it?
I don't know. That's up to them. But like if it was like if you broke up with me or something like that, I'd be a wreck. Yeah. I'd be outside your house with a boombox.
David, we've been together for a decade.
All the stops. Yeah, I'd be a wreck.
Okay, but
like if we were together for 2 months, I'd be like, well, the other one bites the dust, you know?
Wow. No, not even for like a day.
Maybe a day.
Okay.
I might be pissed off for a day.
I'm just trying to see if you have a heart.
You know what I mean?
Okay.
Like, I'm not just gonna be like, well, I was like, it's really, I'd be disappointed. Like, man, I really had high hopes for that.
How long does it take you to hop on to the next one? After
hop on to the next one?
Yeah, I said what I said.
That's a way to word it.
I said what I said.
I don't know. It depends.
Oh God, here we go.
It depends. You're trying to generalize the whole thing.
Yes, you had me generalize.
Well, yeah. But
okay.
this is a little bit more complicated.
Well, like, come on now.
You have
to
sort through human emotions.
Yeah. So you did the same thing. I need answers today, Steven.
How long does it take? It's not about how long it takes.
Oh no, you were gonna say it, and you feel bad about it. No,
it's not. It's not about how long it takes. It's more so the quicker he moves on from you, the less you really meant to him.
What's the shortest amount of time that you've moved on?
No comment.
Tell me if you love me. Tell me.
No comment.
David, why?
No comment.
David, I promise we won't judge you. We will not judge you, right?
I don't know. I saw the comments about Pisces men. I'm not.
Just say
I can't feed into those stereotypes.
Own it. Just own it. Because look, you've been with somebody for 10 years. You obviously have grown.
That's right.
Okay, so just say it.
Okay.
Be honest.
A day.
Are you serious? Are you being for real?
Yeah.
You moved on in a day?
Yeah.
How the fuck did you so you must have had a bitch on the side.
No.
How did you do it so fast then from a complete stranger? Lies you tell. You were over there playing, dirty.
No, I wasn't.
Dirty.
I swear I wasn't.
So you were able to move on in a day?
Yeah.
How?
What do you mean how? You just talk to people. And then, you just move on.
Oh.
You want me to stay home and cry?
Maybe for a day?
You're getting a couple hours, maybe. It's not even like that.
Wow,
I promise you, it's not. No,
excuse me,
it's not like that at all.
I mean, shit.
No.
Seems like it. Okay. Why are they dry texters? At least in my experience.
I've never texted other men romantically, so anytime I have a text conversation with dudes, it's usually concise and to the point. If we're trying to it's usually there's a point to it.
Uh-huh.
But then I'm also in group chats where it's about sports and all kinds of random shit.
Yeah.
Basically, if it could be a couple things. One, he could just be dumb and have no personality. That's a possibility. A lot of guys, they don't have the wit. They don't have the
trust me, I know.
The capacity to carry conversations,
Yeah.
Or they just don't like texting. Like, I got a cousin who doesn't like texting. He's like an old man.
Well, our texts were kind of dry in the beginning, so
a little bit.
You were a dry texter.
Yeah, we worked up to it.
Yeah.
Then we started going. But so that could be one of the reasons, or they're not super interested in you.
Damn.
Yeah.
Okay.
You're just maybe you're one of many. Now if you guys aren't together, if you guys are together, relax. I don't know. He's just that way, I guess. But if you guys are both single, maybe you're just low on the pecking order. I don't know.
Just stop while you're ahead. Okay.
Just move on.
Question number 4.
I don't know.
Okay. Why can't guys just be honest when we're asking them a question? 9 times out of 10, we already know the answer. We're just giving you the opportunity to be honest, and they decide to still lie. What the fuck? Y'all do that. So why can't y'all just come up the street?
So why even play the game?
She's
like, motherfucker, I know.
Why do I have to tell you I know? If I'm asking you the question, you should answer honestly.
I do.
No, you don't. That's the whole point. We're asking why. Why come y'all cannot answer a question outright? You're not even doing it now. You're doing it right now. You don't even want to answer. Just answer. Why can't guys just be honest? Y'all scared?
Scared of what?
Yeah, you always be scared of like our reactions or like
girls don't.
old lady gonna trip or whatever. Y'all don't ever want to fucking tell us.
You guys gonna get your feelings hurt.
We get our feelings hurt. Let's not talk about getting feelings hurt.
I'm just saying.
Nah, y'all don't want this smoke. Okay, that's what y'all really afraid of.
No, you definitely hurt our feelings for sure. That's not very hard. I feel like guys' feelings are easy to hurt.
So how come y'all can't just be honest?
That it's usually, I'll say 99 out of 100 times is because a guy is trying to save your feelings.
Well, how come he can't just like not hurt our feelings?
That's not always the intention.
But nine times out of 10, it's like we're asking and you're like, well, my answer is going to hurt your feelings. And I'm like, but why
like
though?
Like,
why would your answer hurt my feelings?
Like if
why
a girl's
would you
like,
do that?
oh, you think I look fat in this? Nah. You know what I mean? Like the classic cliche question that's used for that example.
Okay. Well, I don't think we're talking about like those like light hitting
questions.
But most of the time, y'all just lying. They just be lying. They just be lying. That's all. Okay. Here we go. Question number 5. Why do guys cheat and why can't they be loyal? This is a good one.
That's a very big generalization.
No. It's not that
what
big.
What do you mean? No, that's a very general
thing. It's really
thing.
not. It's very common.
Why do guys cheat?
Yes. Why can't they stay loyal? Why is it so hard for them to stay loyal?
Now the guys that I know that I've seen cheat, they usually have some sort of like they got to prove that they could get girls still or something. Maybe there's guys that simply just don't care, or I don't know. I don't even know. Couldn't tell you.
Well, it seems to be an issue.
I believe so.
All right. You better not ever cheat on me. I'll kill you. Number 6. What are some red flags in women and which ones are deal breakers?
Ooh. Red flags in women.
Yeah.
Lying.
When y'all can lie all fucking day and then y'all like, but I didn't want to hurt your feelings. Well, then fine then. We lying to each other then.
If she knows way too many of your friends.
If she knows way too many of your
friends. Yeah.
Why, David? Maybe we're just friendly.
Why. Yeah, I'm sure.
Okay.
Yeah, a little too friendly.
Okay.
Being too clingy right away.
You were clingy to me right away.
Yeah, but that's because we were in love.
Okay.
Like one time a girl came over and she was talking about redecorating my apartment. I was like, you gotta leave. I don't even know you.
Was
like
it
that.
her first time?
Yeah.
What?
Come on. If I lived here, this is how I do it. I was like, you gotta go. Like, what in the fuck? And like, no, we didn't do anything. Like,
I'm
nothing.
not asking.
It was just like straight up like walking into my house like, oh, if I lived here, this is what I would do. When I move, like when I live here, I was like, all right, take it easy.
Whoa.
Yeah, crazy shit like that.
Oh.
That's too much.
Okay, so that was a red flag.
Right. What'd you say? Like if a dude came in your house, like,
yeah, if I lived here, except
so
my man cave right here.
Yeah, if a guy moved in, was like, can I look at your garage? Like, I'm like, no. I'm put TV here.
Oh my God.
That's too much.
Oh, how awkward.
Yeah, I think those are the
major red flags.
Yeah.
Is that all you could think of?
Yeah.
Do you have any other like deal breakers? Like if you were to go on dates, like deal breakers for men usually?
Oh yeah, I got one.
What?
Bad breath.
What?
Yeah. Big deal breaker for me. Or if girls like try to act like too hood.
Oh,
that's a very annoying thing. A very annoying thing.
Wait, what was your experience with that? Ooh, please tell me.
Oh God. Okay, so this one bitch,
God.
like, first of all, we literally went to high school together, and like, the high school was a predominantly white high school. Okay, so, and I moved there for high school, so I came from like a different part of town.
Yeah.
So like my friends were all in bad shit, so I came over there. Not once ever do I ever remember this like girl like getting in shit. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Like nothing like that. It was like, oh, you better be afraid of her. Like, you know, nothing like that. This bitch talk about, I'm like, all right. So we go on a date, and the whole time she's going off about how she be beating bitches' asses and shit.
What?
Yeah, and I'm like, yeah, this is annoying. I can't do this. Like, are you trying to impress me with this? Like, what do you
probably
like? What am I supposed to do with this information? It's not
but like y'all went to school together, so like, were you ever like, yo, when did this happen? Cause like,
nah, you just gotta let that person talk, you know.
What?
Yeah, you
I
gotta let
called
them talk.
her out so fast.
And she's like, oh, went home. I'll never talk to him again. Like, we went our separate ways.
Well, you must have been like semi attracted to it to like go on a date, because I'm pretty sure she was like that throughout the whole time. So you liked some of it, but then it just became too much.
No, I didn't like it at all.
Oh.
Yeah, it was like literally the whole conversation.
So, red flag, ladies, don't talk about all the bitches you beat up, okay?
Yeah, just be who you are. Like nobody, no grown adult is just going around beating up people. You'd be in prison.
Number 6, I believe. Okay.
Sounds right.
Why do some guys not show off their girls? Oh no, just be real. Come on now, bring it. What's up? Why don't they show their girls, David?
I've never done that, but I would have to assume either you're ugly or he thinks you're ugly, or 2, you're not the only one, or 3, he wants people to think he's single. Those would be my 3 guesses.
In that order?
Yeah, he's either embarrassed of you or, you know.
Wait a minute.
But girls behind guys, too. It goes both ways.
I mean, yeah, but this is the question for guys today.
Yeah, it's a good question.
So you keep on topic now. Now, why don't you when's the last time you posted me?
Oh, come on. Come on, man. I post you every week. Thursdays at 12 p.m.
Because we're in a podcast together. Okay? You don't post me as your girl.
Such a secret. Such a secret.
Oh my, still.
Don't want nobody to know.
What did you just like fucking you're embarrassed of me. Okay. Ooh, this one's a good one. What are some characteristics about a woman that makes them think to themselves that this is the one?
I don't know. For me, it was the fact that you're very smart and very funny. Thanks. So for me, that's what it was for me.
Smart and funny.
And you have good heart. You have good heart. Good.
It wasn't just your being a young man that was just completely interested in outward appearances.
I mean, yeah, that was a big part of it. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sure, but I mean, that's not always enough, you know?
Right. Okay. Next question. Mm-hmm. Why do guys ghost you out of nowhere when they were the first ones to show interest? Even as far as breaking up with their ex while everything was going smooth and they end up just liking your posts and viewing your stories now. So why do guys ghost you sometimes when they're the ones that were interested first?
Well, I guess my question would be, did you guys have sex? Because if so, he probably got what he wanted.
And if not?
And if not, then he probably didn't get what he wanted.
Wow. I just...
hey, guys are simple, man. They're simple.
Simpletons is more like it. Okay. Let's see. Wait a minute. Okay. Sorry, I'm trying to read through these. Hold on. Okay. Why do guys keep coming back after they see you doing better?
Doing better how?
Doing better in life, doing better in school, just doing better overall. You're happy, you're well, you're moving on. And then all of a sudden, their little bummy asses come crawling back and start texting you and stuff.
Like, if that happened with us, I would have to just be like, I gotta see what that thing hit like one more time.
What?
Yeah.
Why?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah. Let's rekindle it.
What is wrong with you? What if I already had a man, or I was like about to get engaged or something? Like, oh my God, you are messy. Why are men so messy? Just let her be happy.
Man, you ain't happy. You're not happy. Come. Nah.
Well, y'all just be crawling out the woodwork.
Nah, you're not really happy.
Okay, let's see. When do you guys consider a relationship serious? Ooh.
I mean, I think it was like exclusive, where that expectation is set. Was, hey, I'm your boyfriend, you're my girlfriend. That means that's it.
Is that what that means?
I don't know. That's how I do it.
But like, yeah. What do you have to? What has to happen in order for you to consider an exclusive relationship?
I would say just a comfortability with a woman.
You mean just being able to fart in front of her?
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay.
That'll probably be it.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that's when you fell in love with me.
That's the biggest, like, all right, is our relationship going to survive this?
Okay.
But yeah, it's just pretty serious because then I got to get into another relationship. Then I got to go through the whole process of getting comfortable farting in front of somebody else.
Oh, boo.
You know what I mean? Like, it's a lot emotionally to go through.
I feel so bad for you.
Yeah, it's traumatizing.
We're coming up to one of our last question, I believe.
Oh, these have been easy.
What is the number one reason men cheat?
Did I just get this question?
No.
It's the same question.
No, it's not.
It said, why do men cheat? That was literally the same question.
Okay, that's true. Sorry. I just wanted to see if I could get you another answer. All right. Everybody's making fun of you being a Pisces, by the way.
Why? Nothing wrong with being a Pisces, man.
Yes, there is. There's all the things wrong. I love you, though.
We are gentle souls.
Mm-hmm.
Gentlemen.
Oh, let's see.
Charming. Sometimes devilishly handsome.
Liars. Manipulators. Victimizers.
We are guys you could take home to mom.
Oh, my God.
You know what I mean? Like, very sweet.
Okay, here's the last one.
Very pure.
Pure my ass.
Innocent.
No, you're not.
Yes,
definitely not. No, the fuck you're not. Why do women have to prove to the men they're wifey material and we have to wait for them to be ready to propose?
I think that's just because that's a practice that's been put into place for like thousands of years.
But why do you guys like expect that? Like, why do you guys like wait until like they're wifey material?
I don't think it's about a girl being wifey material. I think it's more so about probably like the money for buying a ring to propose. There's a lot of pressure on a guy to propose. Like not actual proposing itself, but making it something that's memorable, or something, especially now with social media, making it something that it's going to get a lot of likes.
Oh,
because now it's not like a just you and me moment.
Yeah,
and it's like you got to share it with a shit ton of people, and then then girls compare like whatever's going on to like other girls and their relationships. It gets complicated. It's a lot of pressure.
Oh,
that's why I feel bad for like the last guy in friend groups that has to proposes to his girlfriend. Like he set himself up badly because I know his girl is like after every other friend getting proposed, it's like you know.
Yeah. That's true.
You know what I mean?
True.
So it's a lot of pressure. It's a lot of pressure, and it takes time and it takes a little bit of planning. And of course, like if you do it right, you got to go through like her family, ask them if you want to be like respectful, and just making it a good moment. And also like, oh man, what she says no.
Well, if you know her well enough and you guys have a good relationship, why would she?
You never know. It can happen.
Well,
I've seen guys propose before and they get turned down.
Well, it's probably because something low-key was happening. He was trying to fix it with the proposal.
Maybe. Again, not my business.
Okay. Well, I think that's all of the questions I have for you. Thank you for
These
speaking on behalf of the men.
Were my answers sufficient?
Not
were they
all
insightful
of them.
at all? I feel like they were. That's pretty honest.
I would say about 20%.
20%?
Yeah. I'll give you a 30.
Is that because you didn't get the answers you wanted, or because you're just not satisfied?
No, because
with the
like
answer?
I just feel like why be lying? You're like, well, it's because I don't want to hurt your feelings. Like that's not always the reason.
Because of that, that's the question you're hung up on.
Yes, I'm hung up on it. What?
I don't even know.
Okay, well then just say that. Just say I don't make no sense and we don't deserve y'all. Just say that. Okay. Anyways, y'all.
Oh, baby, you know you're my baby.
Are you lying so you don't hurt my feelings?
No.
Okay, because now every time you say something to me, I'm going to be like, he's probably not wanting to hurt my feelings.
No. You would know. Like, you should be asking me that shit.
Well, that is our episode 41 of this week. Thank you guys.
Also,
why do you always do this?
Very important. Almost forgot. This weekend, the Denver Broncos beat the living dog shit
We
out
gotta
of the
go.
Dallas
Okay,
Cowboys.
we love you guys so
and the
much.
score was
Make
not
sure
as close as the actual game was.
Subscribe if you guys are on YouTube.
Broncos country.
We're not discussing
Broncos
this,
fans took over that stadium,
lies.
by the way.
And we are going to
spaceship
see you guys
stadium
in our next
for nothing.
episode. And you can stop hating on our stadium. Just because yours is old as fuck. But
calm down. It's like 10 years older.
I like how you specified. Anyways, you guys can follow us on social media. You can find me at Nikki Glamour on Instagram, at Nikki_Glamour on Twitter. And of course, you can find the His and Hers podcast on Instagram and Twitter and TikTok at the HisxHers pod. And you can find David for some satire.
All three at David Cisneros. That is TikTok, Instagram, Twitter. All those. If you enjoyed this episode, please make sure you like this video. Also, if you're watching on YouTube, please subscribe to the channel. Yeah. Turn on notifications. We are posting episodes every Thursday at 12 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. That's 11 a.m. Pacific Time and 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Like clockwork. Okay, so y'all make sure y'all are here. Thank y'all so much for joining us today. We'll see your fine asses next week. Peace out. Peace.